by Dutch Boy Car Wash, Professional Hearing Services, Watertown Chamber, everyone at Landmark Builders, Avanti Credit Union, and Delisle South Highway 81. Today, two guests in the studios, Carli Hoffman with the Watertown Fire Rescue, and then Doug Kranz, the chief of the outfit. Hello, Doug.
Good morning, Jim. It's an honor to be here.
It's an honor to be here. And don't you just know that this salute goes all week long, and I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of people that have stepped to the line. Firefighters every day. What's a typical day like for a firefighter, Doug?
Well, I've been with Watertown Fire Rescue for about 30 years, and I would say the biggest thing about my career is it's every day is a new challenge. It's an honor to serve your community, and it's very rewarding. Every day you're doing something different. There's always new training, and the fire business and EMS is both. They've changed so much over the last few years. Technology is stepping up, and the way we fight fires. It used to be a lot of tradition, and now we have to look at different ways with new building construction, the lightweight materials and stuff. We want to make sure we stay safe, so our firefighters can go home at the end of the day. That's priority number one for our department, as well as any firefighter. And so it's just you're always training and learning new things and stuff. I think the most rewarding thing about my job is when you're walking down the street and someone comes up to you and says, thank you for what you did for my family, and that helps you know that you're making a difference out there and stuff. So it's been a very rewarding career, and I love my job every day. And
you know what I think is cool? You were in here 1 week, and you said all you have to do if you want smoke detectors in your house is call us, and we'll come and put them in.
Absolutely.
Week and a half later, that mobile home caught fire. There were 10 people in it. Remember that story?
Yes. Yeah. So we it's nice to see when we're out, our efforts make a difference and stuff. And we've had a couple fires now with smoke detectors that we've installed in them, and one of them did alert the folks in the house, and everybody made it out safe. And it was really early in the morning, so that's a great success story, and that's why we do what we do, is to try and improve life safety for the community.
And I don't know who told me, but somehow I caught wind that you guys had just put those in that mobile home.
It wasn't too far before that.
Yeah, maybe exactly. You told me. I can't remember, but what a difference you guys have made so far. Now, the changing face of firefighters. This is kind of exciting. So Carli is in the studios. Carli Hoffman. Where are you from, Carli Hoffman?
I'm from Sioux Falls originally.
Talk about being a firefighter. Where did it all start for you in your life?
Sure.
See that microphone?
Yeah. It all kind of just stumbled into my lap, really. I actually just began the career as a paramedic, got my license through there. The job kind of fell into my lap, like I said. I applied for it, came in. They said, what do you think about doing the fireside? Hadn't really given it a thought much at all. But yeah, I've loved it so far. Every day, like Doug said, just a new challenge, and getting the gear on, strapping up. It's physically demanding, it's hard work, but it's fun. And giving back to the community, there's nothing better than that. So I've really enjoyed it.
You're cross-trained.
Yeah. There's a lot of training involved in EMS, hazmat, fire. It's just jack of all trades, master of none. Just overwhelming at times. A lot to do, but it keeps it interesting, for sure.
Being a lady is no big deal, being a lady firefighter. But I know that, are you the first lady firefighter?
I'm the second, actually.
Second.
Yep.
And won't it be nice when people won't point out that you're the first or the second, that they're just one of them?
Exactly, right.
Yeah, it's the way it is. And there's a place for ladies in firefighting and EMT or whatever that's called. What else do? You do something else.
EMS.
Oh, EMS.
So, the paramedic side, running the ambulance, and, the medical.
And it's equal pay?
Yep.
And it's equal work.
Yep.
You know, just because you're a lady doesn't mean you don't have to go into the burning building.
Right, exactly.
I like that. Now, I'll get off that subject, okay?
Okay.
Common around you guys, let's stick with Carli for just a second. So you get the training. You're ready to go. Now there's continuing education all the time, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. It's nonstop. We train just daily, just the amount of knowledge that we have to have in everyday life scenarios. I mean, and we have a good program through Watertown Fire Rescue that keeps it all very organized and easy. We do recertifications every year to stay up on our skills, and it's pretty good.
Would you recommend the job to everyone?
I wouldn't say it's for everyone. The schedule is really demanding, and it can be physically difficult, but if you think you have what it takes, I think it's definitely a rewarding career.
All right, stand by, Doug. I'm not done with Carli yet. Are you ready? Physically demanding. That's the second time it's come up.
Yeah.
What is physically demanding?
I would just say, especially with being a woman, there's no doubt that just scientifically we're just made up different from what men are. And I would just say that the struggle in that way, just to prove that I'm capable of doing the man's job, that I can lift that or load that or do whatever, or that I have a basic knowledge of tools, and just kind of roughing up my feathers and just being one of the guys trying to fit in is hard. Just a lot of proving yourself, I think.
Yeah. But it's that way for the young bucks too, isn't it, that come in, Doug?
Oh, absolutely.
You have to prove yourself.
Yes, everybody, as your first year in the fire service, EMS, you have to prove yourself. You're a rookie or a probationary employee, and you have to fit in and do your job, and you have to gain everybody's trust. A lot of teamwork is involved in the fire service, and they have to trust you and know that you're willing to put forth, no matter if you're male, female. You have to do that, and like Carli said, you have to step up and do the job. You have to build that confidence and know that you're going to accept that challenge of being a firefighter. We used to call them firemen, and in the old days, female firefighters have been in the service for quite a long time in the bigger cities and stuff, and a lot on EMS, and now they're becoming a portion of them are in every service as female firefighters, a lot of them in South Dakota. So we can't call them firemen anymore. We call them firefighters because we all do the job together in teamwork, no matter male or female. It's you're a good firefighter, and Carli's a very good firefighter. Very, very proud of her. She's always stepping up and doing the challenge. So we're pretty proud of that. So firemen, I believe, are actually the guys who shove the coal into the...
Frank Cordell. I was going to say that. He's the guy who started. He said, Asa,
yes,
firefighters work on trains.
And so...
I mean firemen work on trains.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, over the last 10 years in Watertown, as I mentioned, a lot of things have changed. The other thing that's changed is our buildings are designed now for not gender specific. And we've got both of our facilities now set up for male, female firefighters. And, we do pretty much everything together. We train together and everything else. And they have their quarters and their own bathrooms and stuff. So everything else is pretty standard, though. We also, we've done a lot of stuff in that. As Carli mentioned, we do a lot of training. I believe we register roughly around 10,000 hours a year training for our department. We have two sayings in the fire service. One is train a little for something that happens a lot, and train a lot for something that happens a little. So the things that Carli does every day, we just train a little bit on to make sure the skills are honed as they need to be. We train a lot on something that happens very little, like pediatrics in EMS. Something we don't deal with all the time, and it's very scary. So we have to train on that more. Hazardous materials, things like that. We train for that big event that doesn't happen because we don't see it every day. So we want to be prepared. So that's a big part of the job.
Excellent. It's Go Blue Week, and good folks like Prairie Stop Roadhouse Cafe Josh Hansen, your Watertown, South Dakota, Edward Jones financial advisor, Austin Engineering, and the good folks at Sturdivant's Auto Parts, all standing tall in support of the men and women behind the badges. One story about the toughest part of training you ever went through, Carli.
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. I can't think of anything that comes to mind specifically, actually. I guess the first time that I actually held a hose and had just the full pressure of being behind the nozzle was a lot more than what I had initially anticipated. So I actually did my training through LATI. They bring in a plane there. So got me all geared up, loaded behind the hose, and it's more pressure than you'd really expect. And until you do it, you're just not prepared. So,
and
yeah.
you're talking about that burnt out shell of a plane that I saw going through town?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We do the same thing every year. We have to train our side, it's called, we maintain the fire station 2 out there as well, and that does the airport. So we train every year for the off chance that, like Doug says, the rare thing that happens, and we have to respond for a plane accident. So
excellent. Doug, did we leave anything out?
No, I'd just like to state basically thanking the community and everybody for the support on Go Blue Week and honoring us and the law enforcement and all the first responders. It's a great honor to serve our community. But if anybody, male, female, ever wants to go into first responder, firefighter, EMS, anything like that, we got a great program here right in Watertown at Lake Area. It's a fire med program, and you can get trained up in a couple of years to be a firefighter paramedic. And there's actually a shortage of firefighter paramedics, not only in the volunteer organizations, but in the paid departments as well. There's a shortage of paramedics, and it's a great career. If you ever have any interest in a career like this, feel free to call Watertown Fire Rescue or stop in, and we'll give you a tour, show you what our job's like. And if you are interested in moving on and getting a career in there, we'll sure do what we can to help you to take those steps.
Perfect. Chief, anything else? I guess that was anything else for Chief. Carli, anything else for you?
not that I can think of.
Good job. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Carli Hoffman and Doug Kranz, the chief and the firefighter. That could be a book, couldn't it? The chief and the firefighter on Go Blue KXLG.